Well, there is growing outrage over children having their lunches thrown out. Yeah, it happened at a Utah school. Cafeteria workers taking food away from about 40 elementary students in Salt Lake City this week because their parents owed money on their accounts. The food was then thrown out because the school can't reserve the food. Parents were outraged.
I think it's an abuse of power at a level and that's been made wide enough known.
The state policy ought to be clear, it ought to be strong, it ought to be bold, and it is no hungry kids in Utah schools.
William Lajeunesse live from our West Coast newsroom. I mean, it's beyond unbelievable, and of course the parents they're outraged.
Yeah, bullying, abuse of power, just stupid. Parents have called it all of those things. The Utah district in Salt Lake is under an avalanche of criticism after officials served 40 children, kindergarten through 6th grade, a school lunch, then took the food away moments later after learning the students' accounts were allegedly not paid up, an allegation some parents said was untrue. Now, some kids bring their lunch, others buy it from the cafeteria, and at most schools, parents prepay by the month or semester, and the school subtracts, say, $3 every time your kid eats. In Utah, the district checks the account at point of sale. So here the kids got their lunch, then while sitting down, had it taken away.
Unfortunately, my daughter called me during her lunch hour crying, saying that she couldn't eat lunch, over $4, and I was never even notified she was in the negative.
I mean, it's ridiculous. You should never deny a child food just because their parents, forgot to pay or something. It's happened to me.
Now, some parents claim, listen, we were never told our accounts were in arrears, or we signed up for an email and never got one. A neighboring district said kids who don't pay, they get a snack so they don't feel ostracized to tell. That doesn't happen, obviously, in Utah, or hasn't in the past.
Yeah, I mean, it's traumatizing to the kids, and of course, what's the school district saying? I'm sure they're saying something.
Well, okay, yeah, the cafeteria manager is on paid leave, but others could be disciplined. Other districts don't use the point of sale, but they check the accounts monthly and they confront the parents, not the kids. However, the Salt Lake City Tribune quoted a retired worker who said, and I'm quoting, "Kitchen managers are aghast every time they have to do this. Kids are crying. It's sad for them, but at least now the policy is out in the open," unquote. Now, Utah apologized and said it reviewed procedures, but for some lawmakers, that's not good enough.
We are getting a lot of feedback, both locally and nationally, on this story. And like I say, we say it was a mistake. It was wrong. It should not have happened that way.
How many schools across our state is this happening in every day, quietly, subtly, where we're either not feeding children or we're giving them a lesser meal or an apartheid meal?
This is kind of fair game for all the politicians in Salt Lake, but after the school took these kids' food away, they threw it out since they couldn't reserve it to others, and they gave them milk and an orange Arthel for the humiliated and crying kids. That's what they got.
I don't know if you can see me in your monitor, but I'm shaking my head. I tell you what. William Lajeunesse, thank you very much for that report.
Right?
I mean,
to come.
This makes no sense. It was a mistake?
I
don't know.